This episode contains flashing imagery and may not be suitable for those who are photosensitive. Welcome, Wild One. I know you enjoy a good fairy tale, and I have just the story for you today. It is called The Fable of the Wildflower. Once upon a time, there lived a wallflower. She lived her days constricted like a flower bud. Controlled by forces beyond her power, each day was as the last. Wallflower longed to live the life of a wildflower, but trapped in the tower of ordinary life, there seemed no way to ignite this dream. Wallflower took a break from the screen and made some rose tea in her most delicate teacup. She returned to her desk to continue working, stopping every now and then to sip, sip, sip her rosy brew. The roses tasted of love, beauty, grace, and healing. As she got to almost the last drop, she felt suddenly very sleepy, and, as if by magic, Wallflower fell into slumber. Wild One, what do you dream of? Wild one, wild one. Wild one, wild one. Wild one, wild one. Wild one, wild one. was a good cup of tea. The other day, I was walking my dog, and when we got home, there were lots and lots of figs rolling around the parking area. A neighbour was having her fig tree cut down, and as a consequence, many figs had fallen onto the ground. Now, Ziggy was most interested in them, and I had that tingly feeling that something about the symbolism of figs would be of interest to me. So curiously, I looked them up to find a rich history of meanings behind this little fruit. One such story I will share with you as I make myself a fig and vanilla infusion using dried figs and the contents of half a vanilla pod. Now, as it happens, I read a story about wasps, which I admit are an insect that I'm rather afraid of. And having seen a hornet at the weekend, the combination of symbols urged me to choose this tale. Now, there is some science behind this, as it centers on a process called caprification, which is an artificial method for pollinating figs. Branches of caprifig are hung in trees to attract fig wasps. Because the wasps carry pollen between cultivated and also wild figs, this relates to symbolism of uniting opposites. Whilst in ancient Hindu texts, the fig can represent the cycles of nature and of the universe, and this symbolism speaks of the interconnectedness between the microcosm and macrocosm. Many deities are associated with this intriguing little fruit, such as Demeter, who is of course the goddess of agriculture, and so the fig is representative in pagan culture as a sign of abundance, growth and prosperity. Whilst vanilla is associated with the goddess Venus and is thought by some to evoke a sense of calm and peace when meditating, and I must say that after drinking this little potion, I felt very peaceful all day in spite of my busy schedule. And so, I will come back to this little drink in future to relax into its gentleness, subtlety and sweetness. Magic. A sigil is a magical symbol often made up of letters and other symbolic references to form an emblem of and visual coded representation of the intention or spell of the practitioner. There are sigils which have been devised throughout history, used for positive or negative spell work, and often used for protection and manifestation of an idea or a wish. I will show you one way that I work with sigils. In episode 4, I showed you around my curio cabinet and where I kept this little sigil. Now, one of the reasons for making your own sigil is to encode what it is that you are working on. So when you look at this little symbol, I bet you cannot tell what it's for. If you can, you have very magical powers indeed, Wild One, so shush, please don't tell anyone. Today, I will make a sigil with you, and because it is you, Wild One, I will reveal the intention of my new sigil creation, as this will be necessary to show you how the sigil is created and why it is believed by many witches to work. I start by using my grimoire to set my intention by writing a sentence. This is what my sigil will manifest into my life. As I work, I start to remove all of the vowels, leaving only the consonants. This reduces the letters greatly, but it still needs to be further refined, so I now remove all duplicate letters to leave only one of each letter type. For example, only one T is necessary for this spell to work. I then recreate the letters. Using this technique results in about 8 to 12 letters being revealed. I am now ready to start crafting the sigil. So I start by using each letter only once and joining it into the other letters. All the time I focus on my intention. Now this next stage is very important. This is where we move from using our conscious concentrating mind to our flowing subconscious more abstract perception. I redraft my sigil using flowing lines, and I do this a few times until what I end up with does not look like letters, but is instead a symbol which looks distinct from any of the previous drafts. Some parts of the original drawing will be missing, as the drawing takes on a life of its own. There are other techniques that can aid with this, such as holding it up to a mirror and staring into it, having first enclosed the symbol in a circle. However, I often use clay to embed my sigil, and instead of drawing a circle, I usually shape the clay into a coin shape to form a talisman, so this is similar to what I'll be doing on this occasion. I'm getting my air dry clay and cookie cutter ready, and I use the shape of a star to enclose the energy of my intention. Now it's up for debate as to whether this sigil will work without a circle, but my belief is that it will because the star shape is congruent with my intention and it still encloses the sigil fully. drawing for reference and start to carve my design into the clay. I then use my oven to gently speed up the drying process before painting the star the next day using forest colours of greens, teals and browns. And this is because I am a woodland witch. Lastly, I use gold to highlight the sigil again. Now remember, Wild One, this is not an art project, and the focus is on intention, not perfection. I leave the sigil to dry for a few days before threading gold jewellery wire through the little hole in the top, and then decorating the wire with some tiger's eye beads from an old protection amulet. These beads already contain a lot of energy and purpose. Once complete, I shape the wire using a stick so that it's a nice circle and hang it beside the apothecary. And remember what I said in episode 2? That's right, Wild One. Now I just forget about it. In fact, if you ever find you can no longer remember what your sigil is for, this is a very good sign, as you entrust your intention is already happening and the magical energies are taking care of things for you. Now I hope you found this interesting. Sigils have a long history, so do let me know if you're interested in more videos about this topic or other magical talismans. So here we all are, and it is chapter 8. If this is the first time you've joined us, don't worry about being late. I have compiled an enchanted playlist, you can find it over here, full of folk tales and imagination, so if you're bored then never fear. Something that I believe in is that a wish is like a seed, so come over to my channel, buried in the wildflowers and the weeds. I have noticed some subscribers have joined me on the way. and I hope to keep creating so that you would all like to stay. I have no experience of filmmaking and I carry no degrees, but a creation of imagination is about the ways that we perceive. So thank you for your kind wishes, your sweet comments and support. You know where you can find me if you want to indulge a little more. I make what I make from my mind and from my heart, and I encourage you to have confidence and courage in your art. I am working hard to keep improving the quality of my sound so that listening is not a labour and that comfort is always found. One day I hope to have a camera, so I shall add this to my list, and perhaps if we keep on growing, then one day I'll achieve my wish. This world can make you weary, and at times it is very tough, but I hope to keep on showing there is always so much to love. So in your wildness, in your witchiness, in your wilderness and all, stay focused on your dreams, whether they are big or very small. Because success is never linear and mistakes will be made, but with all of you here beside me, there's no need for me to be afraid. So thank you, dearest wild one, for supporting me all this way. I send you the warmest wishes, and I'll see you next week on Friday. Next time on Wild Wish, we look to the stars for stories from the ancient ones and strange tales of the spider who wove the universe. We even have a little fun with flying teacups and saucers, because who says that practical witches can't be theatrical sometimes? So see you next week, Wild One. Thank you for watching, thank you for your beautiful comments, and don't forget to like if you like and subscribe if you vibe.